Hello guys, 26th of February 2017, and we're just going to do a quick what's happening in the cryptocurrency area, and we've got two quite important topics here. The first one is from cryptocoinsnews.com. Korean Central Bank to deploy R3's blockchain proof of concept. Lester Coleman, 24th of February 2017. The Bank of Korea plans to execute the R3 Consortium Proof of Concept Blockchain Technology Project, and they released this at the Digital Money 2017 conference. The R3 Consortium is a working group of more than 70 of the world's major banking and financial institutions. In other words, it's here to stay, guys. Scheduled to be announced. Quote, "We recently decided to proceed with the proof of concept with R3 Consortium, and once the final decision is made internally, the specific scope and schedule of the project will be announced," end quote. Jung Hayek said, quote, "As a central bank, we were looking at different ways to utilize the blockchain technology," end quote. The bank created a task force team to oversee issuing digital currency. The task force will examine the effect of digital currency on the bank's monetary policy and its financial stability. And the key word here, guys, is central bank. A separate team will expose ways to issue, circulate, and regulate digital currency trading, Kim said. He said the bank plans to organize a working group on other issues, including invasion of privacy. So you can see via the Korean side of things that they are heavily getting behind issuing this as not only a smart contract form behind the scenes, but also as a digital currency for all the banks to roll out. And this is obviously hand in hand with the cashless society agendas that are taking place, which is about removing the privacy aspect from trades, so they can monitor and they can tax every single transaction that takes place, because that is the monetary system under their guidance. So I think it's clear to see that this will not be coming out via the introduction of Bitcoin into the mainstream arena, but that doesn't actually mean that Bitcoin won't have its own place outside of this centralized position. So flipping over to this next article, again from the same site. Japan Megabank Mizuho completes digital currency document sharing trial over a blockchain. The Mizuho Financial Group, one of Japan's largest financial services companies and among the three Japanese megabanks, has announced the development of a new blockchain application after completing trials of its custom digital currency and cross-border document sharing. The purpose of the trial was to test if a business process built on a traditional centralized system could be devised to function in a decentralized system at lower costs. In other words, guys, converting cash into digital currencies. So that basically affirms the whole situation that is taking place currently in Asia, and you can guarantee that China is massively behind setting up their own form of this system. So it's definitely going to have to be a case of you don't necessarily have to understand this, because I can pretty much see that they're just going to remove fiat form in cash and introduce it with this new concept, and people will just continue using their cards as they did before, so nothing changes. It goes on to say, Mizuho's custom digital currency was developed in partnership with technology giant IBM last year. The value of 1 unit of bank's digital currency was devised to be the equivalent of a single unit of Japanese yen to replicate the fiat currency entirely in a digital form. Well, surprise, surprise, it's a 1-for-1 ratio. With its largest blockchain solution, Mizuho confirmed the successful trial of both issuing and transferring its digital currency between affiliates and subsidiaries. Notably, Misura also added that the blockchain-based IT infrastructure used by multiple group companies could be implemented swiftly in a cost-effective manner, paving the way for faster adoption of the financial technology. Much like every other major global bank investing heavily in blockchain research and development, in March 2016, a partnership between the Bank of Japanese technology firm Fujitsu Labs led to the successful Operation Blockchain trial of same-day cross-border settlements of securities transactions. So guys, this is starting to be seriously implemented throughout the entire infrastructure. So perhaps during this next crisis reset phase of the monetary system, they may actually just come out and describe to everybody through propaganda that this swapping of one fiat form currency over to this digital currency is going to work, because it has this whole blockchain technology for the future integrated into it. But what people will actually miss the point about is how this is still a dishonest system, still totally controlled by the central banks. And if you don't wish to participate, you have no other option, and you can easily be switched off out of their system. I mean, you've seen these high-tech futuristic films where you basically have this credit facility added to your retina or a chip inside your arm where you just swipe it over any transaction. So you can definitely see the direction this is taking, guys. And the one thing that people won't be aware of is how you need to be decentralized to stay away from these inflationary aspects that current systems have and the negative effects that it has. And that's where the real ability comes from, holding your physical metals and holding the physical bitcoins, because both of those are not part of this banking structure. I'll see you on the next video.